Well, hello everyone, Seth Campbell here. Welcome back to Segway Plays The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. In the last episode, whoops, rat attack. In the last episode, we placed the last pearl of the goddesses into one of those Pikmin statues, and we made the Tower of the Gods appear, which is supposedly a mighty test for those who wish to be deemed a true hero. And we began working through this dungeon, dealing with a very annoying rising tide system, but we also discovered these glowing floor pads that we can put statues on to activate them. I mean, we can stand on them to activate them, but unlike some floor switches, they don't stay activated. Of course, there's also these things. So we want to be careful and not slow down too much because those lasers hurt. Now we have just 2 statues and 3 pads, but fortunately once we manage to activate all 3 at once, it keeps these platforms moving. Now there are a couple unique things about the Tower of the Gods as far as it relates to other dungeons in this game. The first is that it does not have the warp cauldrons that the other dungeons do. I don't know exactly why that is. I guess it's just to give it a totally different atmosphere, but so it does not have convenient quick warps. However, as you will see, the way it is structured, that's not as much of a hindrance as it might seem. The other thing is that it has a couple unique features involving the Tingle Tuner, which again, I can't really show because I don't have a way to record a Game Boy Advance screen at the moment. But I will hopefully be able to talk about in a bonus video somewhere at the end of the series if I can make that happen. Now, as you saw, there were 3 doors, only one of which was open to us. And we have these moving platforms. Probably a good idea to bring us one of these statues with us. I think we have to do that. No, I guess we don't, because this door is already open. And as you saw, there was another one of those eyes in that little alcove over there. And we still don't know what to do with that. And that hurt. Bang. Okay. But fortunately, this door is already open, so we don't need to do anything with that at the moment. Now, we have this sort of glowing platform here, which we can jump over and land here in front of this creepy idol statue thing. And there is a stone tablet here. Seeker of the Goddess's Guidepost, press R to call me and guide me to my place of truth. Did I miss something? Oh, no, I didn't. No, so yeah, you press R and you can call these statues. And they will follow you as you walk. They will follow you somewhat slowly. As I said, I guess they really were trying to test your patience in this. But now, here we are, there's a gap. So what are we to do? Well, much like regular statues, we can pick it up and... Oops. No. Wait a minute. Did I... What did... I thought you could do that. Okay, oh, no, okay, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Okay, well, fortunately, it just resets you. And I think you lose a quarter heart much in the same way, like if you fall in the lava. Now, it saves you in the fact that it does not... The statue will not jump into the void itself. Like, if you cut a corner and it'll just kind of stay at the edge and not be able to cross. Now, perhaps if we angle ourselves... Yep, we can just jump right across with it. Okay. Now, obviously, we just carry this thing back across. And once we bring it into this central room here, it will start moving of its own volition, which is really creepy. And it will activate one of these 3 platforms. And that in turn will cause this to appear, and those symbols should look familiar. It is, in fact, a tablet that, as it says, marks specific directions. And where have we used specific directions like that before? With our Wind Waker. Now, this is the first song we're learning that is in 4/4 time instead of 3/4, which means we need to hold left on the main control stick to make it 4/4, and then use the C stick to conduct left, center, right, center. You learned the command melody. My kin wait beyond the doors. Control them and guide them to their places of truth and open the path to the gods. And the tablet disappears. But this next door is open to us. And more bubbles. Can we use the boomerang on these guys? Does it work? No, it doesn't work. It just bounces off them. Okay. So that is dangerous. There are grapple beams up there. Yeah, let's actually get these... Ow. I'm on fire. Let's get these guys to come to us. At least that one, I guess, and destroy it. Now we can use these grapple beams. Fortunately, these things do not knock you off. That would be evil. I think I can reach all the way across here. If not, I know what to do. Yep, there we go, just barely. I think maybe you are supposed to stop off in the middle there and then come back diagonally, but we can in fact make it all the way through. So, here we are now. We have another statue that we're going to have to guide across. That much is obvious. But we can't carry a statue when we're swinging on the grappling hook. Now, stepping on this switch makes a bridge appear. So it could just follow us across the bridge. Except that it can't.
Come on!
Incidentally, I believe this is the first time we actually hear Link speaking actual words, because I believe he's supposed to be saying, "Come on!" Although, if this game was originally in Japanese, I don't know if it's something else or what. But anyway, so we can get it to follow us, or if we try this new command melody that the statue taught us, we can take control of the statue. And so, with Link keeping the bridge formed, we can get the statue to walk across on its own. So now the statue is on the other side, and we just swing back to meet it. This room, however, functions slightly differently, because this does not make a bridge appear. But let's see what the King of Red Lions, who I believe is calling us in a moment, has to say. Link, it is I, the King of Red Lions. I'm afraid there are some areas to which you will not be able to bring the servants of the tower. But do not fear leaving them behind. Once you have awakened them, they will wait patiently for your return. Of this I assure you. Yes, so you don't need to worry about leaving the statues where they are, because if you have used the command melody, they basically stay under your control. So, having that statue on that floor pad, I guess you can just call it a switch, even though it's not a traditional switch, caused the bars in front of this door to disappear, or to recede. So the statue will stay there while we go into this room, and hopefully we'll find something in here that will help us get the statue across. Although, that's not a good sign. Yep, it's the mini-boss. This is a Dark Nut, an enemy that has appeared in many different types of Zelda games under the names Dark Nut or Iron Knuckle. Now, you can't attack them head-on because their armor is too tough, but if you wait until you get one of those burst shots, you can sneak around back and cut the armor off of them, and even cause them to drop their sword. They will also fight hand-to-hand, much as the Bokoblins will. And once you have taken the armor off, you can strike at their main body more. As you can see, though, those swords pack a punch. Now, if you look closely, though, he's wearing a Knight's Crest. I guess, okay, I can't use the grappling hook to get the Knight's Crest while he has the helmet on. But there is a way, and this is what I'm trying to do right now because I want to demonstrate this. Sometimes you will get one of those timed attacks. There it is. And the helmet will come off. And I love the way these guys look. They basically kind of look like Anubis, you know, the Egyptian dog-like... What is Anubis? The god of death? I'll put a little graphic on the screen once I learn what he actually is. But he also kind of just looks like, you know, a shepherd or husky dog. And my family have always had shepherd huskies, you know, in the family. And so I love creatures that look like that. Makes me kind of sad to defeat it. But anyway, I could have used the grappling hook once its helmet was off, and I forgot to do that. But hopefully this item orb will contain... Yes, it does. This is how you find Knight's Crests from enemies. Of course, there's some in chests and around places, but the enemies that carry them are these Dark Nuts. You got the hero's bow. Set it with Y, Z, or X. Then use it with the button you've set it to. Hold the button to knock an arrow and release the button to shoot. You can carry up to 30 arrows. Yes, we finally have a proper projectile weapon. Oops, not the boomerang. I didn't want to do that. And that kind of sounds like a whip, as Fisherman was talking about, so that's worth remembering, but it's something that can pierce things from a long distance. Including, for example, well, first of all, these guys. And boy, is this satisfying. But you can also use it to hit these eye switches. And that makes these moving platforms appear. And so if we go... And got to get the right angle here. This isn't working. If we... There we go. If we go back over to where our little statue buddy is, He actually did not stay on the switch, oddly enough, so the King of Red Lions... Oh boy. Can you guys hear that? You hear that little noise? That means trouble, and you'll see why in a second. But he didn't stay on the switch, so the King of Red Lions kinda lied to us, but he stayed in the general vicinity. I guess he got bored and decided to stretch his... Well, he doesn't really have legs. Whatever his stretches base, I guess. But now that we have it, these guys have come alive. And we don't want to... I mean, we can deal with them, but it's easier to just walk through the door. As he bunny hops his way onto that pedestal there. That opens the last door. But first, now that we have the bow and we know what to do with those eyeball switches... Oh, yellow rupee, nice. I am going to backtrack just a little bit. With that, this non-moving platform up here, I believe, also has something to do with the Tingle Tuner. It's one of the extra or unique features of this dungeon. But again, I can't really explain it that well without being able to demonstrate it, but I do know it's there, and I hope to address it at some point. But anyway... We're going to return back to the first area and deal with the dreaded rising and falling tide one last time, because we want to hit that arrow switch. Oh, come on, so close. As I said, I promise this is the last time we have to deal with this in this dungeon. So this is this dungeon's chest hidden somewhere early on before you get the item you need, and you must backtrack for it. As I said, that appears in basically every dungeon. Come on. Ah, there we go. See, to get close enough to L-target it, you risk getting lit on fire for those things. But anyway, here's this chest, and again, based on the kind of chest it is... You guessed it, it's a treasure chart. Anyway. Oh yes. And now those things are alive as well. But we'll deal with those. We'll show you how to deal with those later on. But for now, I will meet you back at the next door that we want to go through. Okay, we're back. So, through the last door up here. And now this is where things get really interesting. But the first thing I want to do, I think at least, is to go down here. Yes, okay, I do want to do this. And now, obviously, these are arrow switches. They're just mounted a little differently, but we... Why is it not working? I thought I was hitting it. Okay, there we go. It makes the platform move. And so this is just about patience and precision. pair of chests in this room. Nice to get out of the way. Including a small key. Use it to open locked doors. But as our compass shows us, there is still another chest on the other side. That was close. I'm running low on arrows. Oops, come on, come on. Come on. There we go. And you notice that there should be a chest there, according to the compass, but none is apparent. Well, fortunately, it's a simple solution. And in this chest, we get another joy pendant. You know what? What the heck? I'm gonna take a little shortcut back. So anyway, we come out of here equipped with a small key, which is necessary, and a joy pendant, which will eventually be very useful. So, I'd call that a successful little side diversion. Now, notice the cracked wall there. Oh, stupid keys. I had forgotten that they can totally knock you off the ladder like that. Now, what we have here looks to be two scales. And currently, since nothing is on either of them, they are balanced. But we have all these statues here. Unfortunately, these ones aren't coming alive and trying to kill us. Well, one of them will weigh down one side. I just hit this guy with a grappling hook. Okay, that'll save me an arrow. So, let's try this. Throw it at just the right time. That was too soon. That was also too soon. I'm going to back up a little bit, though, because I'm afraid of these things blowing up in my face. Still too soon. Still too soon. Boy, is it a good thing I got those bomb bag upgrades. There we go. Bust it wide open. And here's another side room. These things. I never figured out how to use these as a kid for the longest time. And it was just really... like, it kind of indicates... okay, you know, so it reflects the wind. So what you're actually supposed to do is take out the Wind Waker and conduct the Wind's Requiem. I don't know how they thought that was going to be obvious. It was not obvious to me. This stumped me for quite a while. Now, did you hear that noise? The good news is it makes a chest appear. The bad news is it made these guys wake up. And these guys are the big versions of those other things. Fortunately, they make it pretty obvious how to defeat them. They leave their mouths wide open. You chuck a bomb into them, and it will blow up, which would cause them to rampage and self-destruct, and you want to stay as far away from them as you can when they're doing that. So, let's see what's in this here chest. It is another treasure chart. So yes, we are getting plenty of treasure charts, and now that we have a much bigger wallet, it is more worth our time to go after these. But, now, We saw how this scale thing works. Get to the ladder. No, stay on the ladder. Okay. Sometimes the camera angle turns, it changes whether you're going up or down. Now, obviously we want to be able to jump across over there. So, simple, right? We throw one over and we jump. Oh no, wait, that doesn't work because we are the same weight as these statues. So, we want to throw a second one. And that will create enough of a counterweight that we can jump across. And wouldn't you know it, here's a locked door that requires a small key. Now, here's the thing. We're not close enough to call this guy. And there's nothing we can leave on this to stop these laser beams. So, what are we supposed to do? Well, we have to get across them. This is another case of me figuring out an answer as a kid and thinking like I must have cheated the system, that it couldn't possibly be this. But no, it really is. You are supposed to Deku Leaf over the lasers. Here's the tricky thing, though. We can't go back over them the same way. We need to press that switch. So, perhaps we can have our statue friend here, who probably won't be too harmed by the lasers, because he doesn't have flesh. Hopefully he can just go through, and wouldn't you know it, yes. So this time, as opposed to us holding the switch for the statue holds the switch for us. Oops. There we go. So, here's the thing, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. New enemy. Yep, that is a Wizrobe, which, no matter what game and what incarnation they appear in, are always annoying. So, here's the thing. We need to get ourselves and that statue across these scales. So, if one statue equals us, two statues will equal us and the other statue. So, that would mean to keep the counterweight, we need to put either 3 or 4, and I'm pretty sure 3 will work fine. In fact, I want to test that theory. Yep. 3 statues, and I'll just call these what they are, because when they come alive, it's obvious what they are. They are Armos. 3 of these dead Armos will function as a counterweight to us and this statue. And because this is a Legend of Zelda game, the number 3 is magical, and it creates this portal upward. And this is what I meant when I said that it doesn't really hamper you all that much that this dungeon doesn't have the warp cauldrons, because unlike some dungeons which are kind of linear, this dungeon you sort of progress one floor at a time and you branch out, but you always come back to the center, the first room you entered, to advance to the next floor. Like when you first come in through the temple, if you've already done the side rooms, you can just go straight forward because the fountain is no longer blocking your way. And in here, if you've done all of the side rooms, and I'm actually, as you can see, I'm going to go back to that one on the right, you can just walk through and go straight up that portal. So, even though you don't have a quick way to skip around, it's fairly easy to go between floors whenever you want. Oh boy, there's a Wizrobe in here now too. Yes, once you come back with more items, there are more things that want to kill you. Ow. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, that was stupid. Okay. Wait for the platform to come to me this time. But as you recall, there was another eye switch. Oops. Come on. My aim is not good today. Not that my aim is ever good, but it's not usually this bad. And that creates this platform. Or it doesn't create it, it sets it in motion. And it takes us to this door. Hoping to find some arrows in one of these pots. These things, incidentally, if the other things are Armos, these are Armos Knights. Because they're bigger and stronger and more terrifying. Oops. I took too long there. So yeah, basically it hops 3 times and then it opens its mouth. And that's when you want to throw the bomb in. And then get out of the way. And yes, they can knock down these pillars. Certain enemies, like the Dark Nuts, when they are using their super strong swords and charging Armos Knights, can knock down these pillars. Which is terrifying. And we got another Joy Pendant. I'll have to figure out what to do with these. Well, we know somebody who likes them. So perhaps next time we see that person. Yeah, okay, there we go. So these, enemies will drop bombs and arrows, and you find them in pots as well. So, again, functions like most of your other consumables. Can I make this? No. That was stupid. Again. Oh, no, what am I doing? Yes, I'm free! No, don't do it again! No, that was an accident. Anyway. Free falling! Okay, patience. Patience, Campbell. Patience. Okay, wait for the platform to come to me. And now, we have cleared this floor, and we can step into that beam of light. Oh, and now these Armos are alive. I'll just show you how to defeat these. Basically, you want to shoot them in the eye. L targeting really helps. And that will stun them briefly. And you want to use that time to whack the little gem on their backside with your sword. Now, much like the Armos Knights, they will rampage as they self-destruct. So you want to get out of their way. Now, I want to remind you of something I mentioned early on in this game. I didn't get that whole L targeting concept, which meant I was trying to aim at these things as they were coming towards me, which means it was a lot harder than it needed to be. But you think that's bad? Just you wait another episode or so. But for now, let's step into the beam of light. Okay, so there's a door here, but there's bars on it. And over there, there are glowing pads. And there are statues over here. So we obviously carry these over, but they don't have too formidable a range, I guess. These Beamos, which is what these are, you get too close to them, Like if you want something from the pots or whatever, will also launch lasers at you. So again, you want to keep moving. But as was the case before, you got 2 statues and 1 link. And once you press all 3 pads at the same time, they will stay activated, shutting off the laser and opening the way to this familiar looking chest. And once again, we have the big key. Use it to gain entrance to the room with this dungeon's boss, whatever that last word was. I moved too quickly away. But now, as soon as we have it, the Armos that were our friends come alive. Now, there's still bars on the door. So what do you do when there are bars on a door? Well, the standard answer is defeat all the enemies in the room. So thus, the Armos that had been there to help us in the first place and then turned against us must be destroyed. But it was all for a good cause because now the door is open. And we are outside. Way atop the Tower of the Gods. And there are Kargoroks up here, which means we can get some golden feathers from them. Now, this is another type of Beamos. The blue Beamos will not chase you with its laser like the pink one will. Instead, first Kargorok. The blue one will shoot at a specific spot on a horizontal plane, preventing you from crossing it. You can't outsmart... Oh, I guess you can outsmart these things. I kind of glitched through it there. But what you're supposed to do is, because their orb stays intact, shoot it, and you will break it. You cannot do this, I don't believe, with the pink ones that trace your path because they're moving too quickly, and you can't... Can you? I don't think you can. No. Okay, hang on. No. Okay, yeah. You can't shoot it. It's just, you don't have enough time. So, the pink ones you run from, the blue ones you destroy. There's probably a gender joke in there somewhere, but I don't know how to make it. Oops, I didn't want to... What did I want to... Okay, yeah, I've got a fairy and elixir soup, so there's no real need to collect that fairy. But here we are, at the boss door. And given that this place is a test from the gods, this boss is probably going to be a real challenge. So, we'd better take a break now and save up our energy to face it in the next episode. So I'll see you then.